Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison, and today we're going to talk about 10 things that I regret buying in the last year. So in 2025, I did my very first full year of a low buy. I am doing a lot to become a more conscious consumer, live more intentionally, like take back my time so that I can live a beautiful life that is aligned with my values, and mindlessly shopping does not go with that. So if intentional living and conscious consumerism, low buy journeys interest you, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. I have a whole playlist about my low buy journey, and I loved it and learned so much in my first year. I am doing it again in 2026. And as I reflected a lot about my spending in general in 2025, when I looked back through some things, I still am building that muscle of how to just like make sure that I nail every purchase and really love every single thing I bought. And so these are 10 things that I regret buying, especially when I have a very small budget like my low buy. We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna share with you the dirt. So if you're a little nosy like me and you wanna know, be sure to keep watching. My first two are Amazon purchases. And now a part of my low buy journey is waiting on my cart and shopping more aligned with my values. And Amazon is not really in line with my values, but I still fall prey to ads and things like that, which is part of my journey that I'm learning to not. But these first two items are things that, I saw ads for, were really affordable. I could use my low buy budget on it. They felt like they were things I wanted, and I regret buying both of them. So the very first one is this. I have to insert a picture here because I actually returned it, a niacinamide facial serum. And this was something that I started getting targeted ads from like, just Instagram. They know I love skincare. If you are interested in all natural products, I've got a whole playlist of empties. I didn't do my due diligence on this brand. Obviously, the ingredients is it's niacinamide, which is supposed to be really great for hydrating your skin and reducing redness, things that I deal with. And it was super cheap. It was on Black Friday deal. It was like $10, and I got hooked. I bought it and my skin hated it. Like, if you have sensitive skin and are getting targeted for ads for this, I do not recommend. And maybe even if you don't have sensitive skin, I like flush. Like, I don't have rosacea. I don't have issues with that. And I looked like I did. My skin felt like windburned, not like sunburned, like windburned. And it just like looked bright red. I was like, this is supposed to help with redness. I just bad all around. I returned it. I do not feel bad about using a product and returning it on Amazon. They have enough money, and I just really regret that I gave in to the ads and the impulse. So this next item I actually don't have anymore because I threw it away because I didn't like how it worked. And this is a glass foot scraper. So I live in Joshua Tree, California. It's the desert here. Your feet get dry. You got to clean up your heels. I've always just used like pumice stones and then like intense moisturizer at night. I've gone back to that and been very, very happy. Used some organic socks and organic castor oil, and it works perfect after using just a classic pumice stone. There's some gnarly, insane foot scrapers out there, y'all. And this glass scraper, although it like really smoothed out the back of my heels, there was always like little, like almost cuts, not like a cut, like a paper cut that you get that hurts, but it just felt like little cuts that you would need like in the next few days to scrape it more, and then to scrape it more, and then to scrape it. And I was just like, I feel like the problem now is coming from the foot scraper, not from having dry heels. And when I just stopped and took a break from it for a few weeks, allowed it to kind of heal, and went back to using like pumice stones and again like organic cotton socks and castor oil. I no longer have that little bit of like, it's almost like there was like little slices from the glass foot scraper. And so I just like don't recommend this product specifically, but also just like that type of foot scraping in general. I feel like it, like you get caught in the feedback loop. And I wonder if like other of the really intense foot scraping tools that are out there, like cause a problem that then you only can fix it if you scrape more, and then you're just like stuck in that loop. Not for me. I threw it away. I didn't return that. Not going back, not giving in to like a gimmicky thing. My next two go hand in hand. It's number 3 and number 4 because they're both hair serums. One's a hair serum, one's a hair oil. I deal with some autoimmune issues, and with that comes really intense hair loss. So I am always looking for something that's going to help solve my hair loss. And I know this about myself. I actually talked about it in like a de-influencing video I did a while ago with like the Vegamore like hair serum products. I'm telling you, I've tried them all. If you're interested in similar vein to this video, a de-influencing video of some things that I had purchased and other things that I just was not going to buy. This is by a company named Kilgore. This is designed and made by a dermatologist and had great reviews, specifically around hair shedding, which is what I deal with. I just know this about myself, that like this is a thing that I have an issue with because of a health condition. I like often give into those ads because I'm just so desperate to find a solution, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm trying very gently to know that I'm working on other underlying health conditions, and that will help solve my hair solution. And there isn't going to be like a magical serum or one magical vitamin supplement that I take that like stops my hair shedding. But that is a really hard lesson to learn, and it's one that just repeatedly comes up for me. I used it for 3 months. I didn't see any benefits. It was very expensive. Definitely regret buying it just because it's so expensive, and also because I know it's going after that like emotional drive in myself, and I'm just like trying to solve a problem with a product, which I should know better. Now this next one is a hair oil, and this is by a company called Veganic. And this one is actually a really, really beautiful organic oil product. It has like castor oil, argan oil, rosemary oil, like all these oils that are known to support the scalp and hair growth. That's why I like gave into it. It looks so beautiful. It came in a 2-bottle pack, but I couldn't use it often enough to help with the hair growth. So I don't know if this works or doesn't work, but because of how often I shampoo my hair, I cannot be putting oil directly on my scalp every single day. And I really feel like with these kind of treatments, like you have to keep using them to see the benefits. I could only use it about twice a week, which, just doesn't really get after its intention. And I should have known by seeing that it was an oil and not a serum that I shouldn't have given in to the ads and all the before and after photos and assumed that I would be one of those before and afters. Yeah, just regret buying this because I know how often I shampoo my hair, and that like I cannot be putting a daily oil on my scalp. Like that's just not going to work for my lifestyle. Number 5 on my list is a bit of a doozy. I'm going to insert a photo here because it's way too big to pull out and show you all, but it is a sauna bag. This is also in line with my health issues around my autoimmune diseases. Like sweating is pretty hard for me to do. Even when I work out, I don't really get a good sweat on. Because of that, doctors and naturopaths have really recommended going and using saunas to promote that sweat and that detox because it's so healthy for our systems. Saunas are incredibly expensive. Although we have enough space in the current home, buying a $2,000+ sauna is just not in the budget. And $2,000 is like really, really on the low end. Saunas are just really expensive. And because I was like looking at saunas, no surprise, I got hit up for the ad for this sauna bag. Black Friday, it was on, a super deal. I'm pretty sure it was $190. So very expensive. Still, not as expensive as a sauna. And that's what my mind was thinking, like, oh, like $200 versus $2,000, and like easy, you can like lay it out on the floor, wear some sweatpants, get in there, get a good sweat, jump in the shower. I really just do not like the feeling because there's coils in it. It's like a giant sleeping bag that is also a heating pad. When I lay on it on my back, like actually like when I go to jump in the shower, I see these like red lines of where the heat coils are. I don't feel great about like laying on hot electricity that is like burning my skin, like not like an actual burn, but it's leaving a red mark that stays after I get out of the shower. I look in the mirror, like I still see it. It takes a while for my skin to like calm down from it. It's kind of cumbersome. Gotta like roll out this big old heavy like sleeping bag thing, plastic. You gotta wipe it down. You gotta use towels, use all this like clothing, versus like a sauna, you jump into it naked and you have one towel. And it only had a 30-day like trial. And I just felt like I was still trying to get to use it, figure out my cadence with it. And obviously it's not something I'm using every single day. I try to use it like at least once a week. It'd be great if I used it more than once a week. But now that my 30-day trial has like worn off, like I realize that I just really don't like it. And so I'm really bummed that I wasted $200 on this sauna bag. Like, again, gave into the ads about it. It was like solving a problem that I was already trying to like find a solution for. Like, how do I not spend $3,000 on a sauna? Probably just need to go to hot yoga once a week. And even if I can't hang with like doing the whole entire intense yoga class in that heat, just like getting some sweat out. I've been trying to problem solve other ways to get sweaty, but this ain't it. Next on my items of regretting purchase is this Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation that has SPF 25 in it. This is a brand that I've worn a lot of their makeup. I actually use the Kosas Revealer Concealer and love that product. I've gone through multiple tubes of it. There's nothing wrong with like the finish. I'm not a foundation girly. I was ordering some like brow products and that Revealer Concealer on the Black Friday sale because I loved the good deal. But this is how Black Friday gets you, is that this concealer was on their super sale of only $25. I never wear foundation. I always just wear a tinted SPF every day. But sometimes there's events that you really wish you had more coverage. Okay, I love the Revealer Concealer. I've worn a lot of Kosas makeup over the years. It's a brand I like. And so it was like $25. Add it to the cart. Like, what a great deal. Let's go. The color works fine. It's just that it breaks me out. It's not quite in the same vein as that niacinamide serum because that I had like a retting reaction. And this company is a company that like I trust and I know use good ingredients and I like their products. This is just like there's something in the foundation that isn't in the concealer that breaks me out. It is really nice to have more coverage when I'm going out or going to an event or something like that, just to have in my small makeup collection, to have a foundation. I've seen why that's like a good thing to have and not just be like a tinted SPF girly every day under the sun. But this ain't it. And it's really a bummer because I wasn't actually looking for a foundation. It was just that it was on this super sale. Because so much of my low buy is about training myself to be a conscious consumer, what a lot of these regretful purchases is, yes, because they didn't work out for certain reasons, but it's also because I remember how I got to that purchase. Like, I wasn't looking for a niacinamide serum. I wasn't looking for a foundation, but because it was on sale, because I got served an ad, I clicked on it, I got it, I thought about it, and it's like, and then it starts whirling in my brain of like, oh yeah, I do want that. That would be cool. That's a part of the regret. It's also that it's a bummer because I've only used it about 5 times and it's a really full bottle. So maybe it'll work out for one of my friends. If you've been around on my channel, you know I love reading. Reading is one of the main ways that I have helped curb my phone addiction and helped me recover from a lot of burnout by replacing that nightly scroll time with reading novels. And it's been such a great healing experience for me. And so I love books, but I love to have a more minimal home. With that means I don't want to have a huge book collection. Like, I'm not going to become one of those book talk people that like has, shelves and shelves of books. I love using the library. I'm on my Libby app and my library app pretty much every single day. I have a whole video about how to be a bargain book reader. With reading a lot, it's like, it's not in my budget, especially with my low buy budget, to be buying, $20 books left and right. A part of my low buy, I also have created a list of myself of 10 things I'm just not buying to help me to be successful in my low buy. And if you're curious what those are, I will link that video as well. But on my list of 10 things that I just don't buy is new books. I just don't allow myself to buy new books. Workaround and a regretful thing that I have is I have bought used books over this past year. These are 2 of the 4. This book I'm currently reading, this one I haven't read yet. I bought this at a Friends of Library little store, and this one I bought at a thrift store for literally 50 cents. All 4 books were probably under $20, well within my low buy budget. The money is not really the issue. The issue is that I'm buying things that I read, I have no intention of collecting, I pass on to a friend, or I just donate it right back to the thrift store. I could have found it like shopping around the used bookstore. I added it to my TBR list and then got it for free from the library or my Libby app. I think that that's going to be more of my approach. I don't want to be buying things I don't have to, right? Like I love using the library. I can get books for free. Although buying used books, there's nothing wrong with it because it's supporting cool causes like locally owned bookshops or friends of the library groups, all great things that are in line with my values. It's more just like spending money on things that I just donate right back to the thrift store. It's just not something that I want to do because I know I'm not a book collector that likes to keep all of the books that I read. I am regretful of the used books that I purchased over the last year. All right, next up is thrifted items that are funky, unique, that I don't really have a purpose for, and I don't know how they're going to fit into my wardrobe. With my low buy year, because I have less money, I thrifted a lot. I thrifted pretty much like every month I would go because it's fun, it's a treasure hunt, and it was within my budget, and I could get really cool, unique pieces. I am in more of a mid-sized body, around size 14. So oftentimes, it's harder to find things that fit. And so when I find something that fits, when it's super cool and unique and it's within my budget, I'm like, winner, winner, let's get it. I'm buying it, right? Because again, like, it's fun to buy things. That's part of the whole like dopamine hit of our brain. And then I get it home and I'm not quite sure like how I'm going to wear that thing or where I'm going to wear that thing. It's like, does it look good with jeans? What shoes would I wear it with? I just want to be more conscious this year. I love thrifting and I want to find cool, unique pieces. Thrift gods, hear me. But I just want to be able to pause when I'm in the thrift store and think about how it's going to work within my current wardrobe. I live a pretty casual lifestyle living in Joshua Tree. I work full time from home. So it's like, how many unique, shiny, glitzy, random, cool pieces does one need? That's debatable. I feel like I want to really think like, how would I style it? What pair of jeans would I wear with it? What shoes? Like really think through a full outfit. And if I can think of one and it's within my budget, great. Just want to be a little more conscious about the unique pieces that I bring into my home and really make sure that I'm going to be able to wear them, because there's some of these items that I've never worn or worn, once or twice. I like my wardrobe to, be the workhorse that a wardrobe should be. It should be the thing that you wear and you wash and you wear and you wash. I don't want to buy so many unique pieces that when I'm just like looking for something to wear, it doesn't feel like everything feels too unique. You know what I mean? That's just some things that I like kind of regret buying too many of, and it's felt like something that's happened because of my low buy. I regret buying these clogs, but honestly, there have been many clogs before these clogs. So I have an incredibly high arch. My foot holds an arch not just on the inside, but like it's so high you can see all the way through it. Anyways, it just makes it really hard to wear a clog. And I love a good clog. I'm a hippie at heart and I love the style of them. I don't care if they're in style, if they're on trend. I love a clog. I think they're super cool. I want to wear them. They just don't work for my foot because when you have a really high arch, like that big piece of leather, like you can't get your foot in deep enough to like make it actually fit. Like heel always hangs off the back. It's always a mess. And even if I find ones like these ones I'm showing you, that I can like get my foot in and it's fine, they're not very comfortable. My arch is like rubbing right up against that. I can't walk around with them. They're just too fussy. Like I don't want my shoes to be fussy like that. Sometimes you just have to accept that you love a fashion item, but it physically does not work with your body. And that's me with clogs. I regret every purchase of clogs that I've ever bought, but I love this fashion item, and it's very hard for me to acknowledge that they do not work with my foot shape. Over the last, let's say, 14 months, these are the items that I really regret buying, even while I'm on a low buy. Learning this conscious consumer behavior, how to really slow down, make mindful purchases, make sure that I'm not being swept away by the marketing machine. And I learned a lot from doing this. Also, it was pretty cool to like search around the house and feel like I didn't find instantly like a long laundry list. It was kind of hard to pull through 10 items that I regretted buying. So I felt proud about that. There's still more learning to go. That's why I'm on year 2 of my low buy. Tell me the tea. What do you regret buying? Let me know in the comments below. Are any of these items that you also regret buying? I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out this video next, all about my low buy rules, if you want to keep hearing about ending mindless shopping and being a more conscious consumer. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.